Hello, YouTube. How are you all doing? And welcome to the Sound Live. We're in a heat wave here. It's going to be 99 degrees in Oregon today. How y'all doing? Today with me I have Evelyn Holland. Evelyn is a singer-songwriter and guitarist. What are you up to these days, Evelyn?
I'm continuing progress on the third record. I just tracked some bass yesterday.
I have Kyle Walls. Kyle is a singer, songwriter, and musician and guitarist. Kyle, what are you up to these summer days?
Last week, I picked up my guitar one morning and was going through some songs I'd written in the last few months. And there was one I liked it when I wrote it, but then I haven't really liked it. I was like, maybe I'm going to take that one off my list of ones that I might do. For some reason, my fingers started playing it in a way that I really, really like. So I recorded a draft. I shared it with my patrons and stuff, but it was cool that I sat down and I use session drum tracks for my original music and stuff. So I found some drums I liked. I got everything arranged really cool. I added some bass, and it was fun to sit down and record again because it's been a little while since I recorded something new, studio wise. So that's fun stuff.
Today, we're going to do a Bob Marley cover by Alip. No Woman, No Cry. That's right. We're going to do. Oh, man. I love me some Bob Marley.
Agwan.
Oh, dude. I love playing saxophone and reggae music. It's a really fun kind of music to play in a group with. I wish this video was on Alip's page. It's not. I'm assuming it's one of the ones that was deleted because of copyright and had to be rescued by being put on another page. I'm a huge Alip Bata fan, as anybody that's been watching the channel knows. Without further ado, Musicians Panel reacts to Alip Bata. No Woman, No Cry, Bob Marley fingerstyle guitar cover. Here we go! What tuning was he in? I'm trying to figure this out. That was not standard tuning. I don't know what that was. Wow, that was awesome, dude. Man. So, like, because he was hitting those bass notes, I think on the sixth string. He was playing ba da da, and then when you hit the da, he was hit the last note. He was hitting an open string. So I'm like, what? Was he in like open G tuning, or I don't? He was in something. I don't know what it was.
Yeah, and I was looking at what one part he had his finger. Well, if it was in standard, it'd be like in like a C sharp bass note, and then trilling like where the C would be on the B string, I think. Either that or, on the open E F if it was in standard. So I was trying to figure that out too.
Like, yeah, he was not in standard tuning. That's straight. I discovered that. And he was playing in D. I don't know if he was tuned to D, but he was playing in D rather than in C. I'm used to hearing that song in C, not that you, of course, play in whatever key you want.
When I watched this before, I noticed this is one of the first times I saw him play guitar in classical position, where it's on your other leg, where it's on the same side as your fret hand, and it's angled different, and that's a much more ergonomically pleasant way to play guitar once you get used to the posture of playing that way.
Yeah,
so it was kind of interesting, and something I will be willing to bet, even though not much because I'm a teacher and musician, but after seeing this, I'm totally convinced that he's using electric guitar strings on his acoustic. And that's not a bad thing. I mean, they're usually cheaper than acoustic strings. They might be easier to get in various places. But the timbre of those strings and the way he would, flick into a rasgueado, just the timbre of the strings just has a slightly different tone. In this video, I'm pretty convinced, and I don't know. I haven't had a comment yet to tell me one way or the other. So, but I'm just throwing it out there. That's my bet. That Judge Kyle, boom. That's my verdict.
Either that or maybe it's just the neck is or the guitar itself is super low action, but I would have to bet it's probably electric strings. Just listening to it and the fluidity of it, yeah,
that's cool too. Why not?
I know. Yeah.
I like the percussive the percussion that he was doing in between all the doing the bass and the melody, and like that was a nice touch.
All in one song, man. All in one. He's like, it's almost as complex as like an 8-bit Nintendo, where you have the drums and the bass and the melody and the alto part, all whatever. You have your 4-part harmony and your drums, and it's the most minimalistic that you could have to make like a really full sound, right? It's almost he's got that, man. But with a whole lot of soul. Oh my God!
Yeah, he's so good at filling musical holes, but not overfilling them. Like hitting the pulse.
Yeah, like just that one little teeny weeny little embellishment that he could add to the song, but it's never like over the top. It's never distasteful. It's never disrespectful to the song. Right. It's always. Yeah, the percussion was really good on this one. He was in a totally different position, holding the guitar differently, so he was doing some different percussive techniques. And I think was he hitting the guitar with his elbow at all?
I wasn't sure if his elbow or like the heel of his hand.
I didn't think it, because Faye was using the elbow, but I think it was more here. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and Faye does use like his heel too.
Okay.
I
just watched that one. Yeah. So I definitely gonna do more.
Oh yeah. Yeah. You'll see a lot more influence the more you see those guys. It's cool stuff.
Yeah.
It seems like Faye plays like. He plays it with it sitting on a table though, so it's a little different in that case. Yeah,
there's so many different great ways to play, and like ever since I started with fingerstyle, like I just have never turned back. And I mean, ever since I started playing guitar, I never turned back. But there's just something about fingerstyle, like having your actual fingers on the strings versus, and they're not against using a pick. Now I can just do 5 times more than I could do with a pick. You know what I mean? So like I'll still use a pick sometimes for certain things, but generally I'd have to be playing something pretty chunky to use a pick. You know what I mean? Because otherwise I just either strum, or if I'm gonna strum or do arpeggios, either way I throw the pick away, man. Right? Yeah. That's like all the downstrokey stuff, or the really fast.
Yeah.
But oh man.
Well, and see what you two.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, I'll see what you two think, since musicians and drummers as well. I always
thank you
equate to like fingerstyle. When you're just picking, you have technique and stuff, but you don't have quite as many if you're doing fingerstyle with your pick hand. Mm-hmm. And I explained it to a drummer one time that was playing like with the rock grip, holding both sticks the same way instead of the traditional jazz grip. Mm-hmm. Where your hand or your palm is upturned, usually on your left hand.
That's some marching too. They do that.
Yeah. Well, and I said, there's a reason why you have one hand upturned, so you can do all these other techniques that you can't do. Mm-hmm. And the drummer kind of looked at me, because he played guitar as well. And he's like, okay, I get what you're saying now. I get it. I mean, he still wanted to drum the way he wanted to drum, which is cool, but it was a fun conversation, because you're like, why do you use your fingers sometimes? Just use, it's like, because fingers, I don't know, that sometimes you just need that sound.
I mean, that's what, I mean, if you want to use both, you can just do hybrid picking, which is really, I mean, once you get the technique down, it's actually very, very useful.
That's something that I just never really got into, although it's really neat. Also, like using a thumb pick is a way you can do it.
Oh,
I've never really got into that either.
Oh, Matthew, don't. Just don't.
Yeah. Just don't.
Whenever I see people finger picking with thumb pick, it's like, okay, I get it. You don't want to have a thumbnail that's like a little bit more than 1/8 of an inch long. I get it.
Thank you so much, everybody, for being here with me. Thank you, Eve. Thank you, Kyle, for being my awesome guest. Everybody, make sure you mash that like button. Please go over to their channels. We're all just growing so much, and it's because of you guys. Thank you so much. This whole show is for you, for your comments, for your chats, for your thumbs up and everything. We really appreciate it. And in addition to super chats, super stickers, make sure you check out my Patreon, patreon.com/Matthew's Music Lesson Studio, where you can go ahead and sign up. You can request collaborations. You can request covers. You can request, reactions, and you'll get cut the line. The more you donate, the further ahead of the line you can jump. Please check out my website, MatthewsMusicLessonStudio.com, where you can get music lessons from me. And I can do voice, guitar, ukulele, and saxophone. And songwriting, if you're interested in songwriting, music theory, all that kind of stuff. I can teach you about scales and chords and modes and whatever you want to learn. So, MatthewsMusicLessonStudio.com. Make sure you like this video, share out the stream, and check out all of our websites. Links are in the description. I'll see you guys all next time on the Sound Live High.